Yeah, you gotta speak. Okay. Yeah. Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to the City Beautiful. Today is a special day in our city as we move forward and we introduce a new commission. And we also say thank you to so many who have served this city with such dignity and grace. And we also say thank you to all the residents and business owners who are here, who have not only partaken in this election, but also have partaken in the success of the City Beautiful. I'd like to start off with our invocation. I'd like to introduce and welcome our esteemed Reverend Mary Conroy to please join us. You wanna up here? Good morning.
Good morning. I bring greetings from St. Philip's and Coral Gables. Our church has been here for 80 years this year and our school for 70, and we're proud to be a part of this wonderful community. So let us pray. Almighty God, we give you great thanks for this new day, for fresh starts and new beginnings and new opportunities to serve. We thank you for George Merrick and for his founding of this community, and for all who have served in this place, in any elected office, for those who offer their time and talent to this beloved community. And we ask that you continue to bless our mayor and all our commissioners, that they might always seek to do what is right and in the best interest of those who live here. We pray for the citizens of this community, for all who work and study and serve and live in this place, that we too might do our part to always do what is right and just and noble. Give us grace and strength this day and always. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Reverend, thank you so much for the many blessings. Send the best to your congregation. Now we move on to the Star Spangled Banner. We ask for Rebecca Hack to please join us. Please stand.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Rebecca. That was a beautiful rendition. Now we move on to the Pledge of Allegiance. I ask for my two daughters, Mirencio and Catalin Lago, Stephen Fernandez, and Sebastian Tobel to please join us for the singing of the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. Place your heart over. Place your hand on your heart, buddy.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great work. Thank you. Before we move on to the certification of the election, I would like to thank our elected officials and former elected officials that are joining us today. Thank you for giving us that privilege to celebrate with us today. We have former Coral Gables Mayor Raul Valdez-Fowley, who's here with us, along with Mayor Don Selesnik, former Commissioner George Forrest, and former Commissioner Ralph Cabrera. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today. We're blessed to have you in attendance. We also have our current Miami-Dade County Commissioner, Kevin Marino Cabrera, who represents the city for District 6. Thank you. We have from the city of Miami, my good friend and brother, Mayor Francis Suarez, who's running late, but I think he'll be joining us in a few moments. We also have from Miami-Dade County Community Council Group 10, Dariel Fernandez, who's here with us. We also have David Vidal from the Mayor Daniela Levine Cava's office, and Jose Dominguez from State Representative Demi Busada Cabrera's office, who I know wanted to be here, but she's in Tallahassee addressing issues for our benefit. So I just want to say thank you again for all of you for joining us today. We move mountains in the city because of your assistance at the county, at the state, and because of your guidance. So thank you for being with us today. Mr. Clerk, I'd like to move on to the certification of the election.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Members of the commission, before you for approval are 3 resolutions of the results from our general, biennial, and runoff elections. Beginning with Group 1, the office of Mayor, Mayor Vince Lago ran unopposed, and as such, he was declared the winner. In the general biennial election of April 11th, in the race for City Commissioner Group 4, Yvette Arango Odowski received 3,178 votes, or 47.25% of the vote. Melissa Castro received 2,653 votes, or 39.44% of the votes. Jackson Rip Holmes received 447 votes, 6.67%, and Sean Patrick McGrover received 448 votes, or 6.66%. Because no candidate obtained the required 50% plus 1 vote, a runoff election was required, which was held on April 25th, whereby Yvette Arango Odowski received 2,361 votes, or 40.85%, and Melissa Castro received 3,418 votes, or 59.15% of the votes. In the race for City Commissioner Group 5, Alex Bucello received 2,863 votes, 41.89%, and Ariel Fernandez received 3,972 votes, or 58.11%. Members of the City Commission, these are the results of our elections, and I'm asking the Commission to adopt 3 resolutions accepting the City Clerk's declaration of results of each race.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Mayor, with your permission, I'll read the resolutions into the record. A1 is a resolution of the City Commission officially accepting the City Clerk's certification and declaration of the result of the City of Coral Gables general biennial election, which was held on April 11, 2023, wherein Vince Lago ran unopposed to hold office as Mayor Group 1 for a term of 2 years, said term to begin at noon on the 3rd day after the election until noon on the 3rd day after the general biennial election scheduled for April 8, 2025.
May I please have a motion?
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Kaysen,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mena,
Yes.
Commissioner Menendez,
Yes.
Mayor Lago.
Yes, thank you.
A2 is a resolution of the City Commission officially accepting the City Clerk's certification and declaration of the result of the City of Coral Gables election held on April 11, 2023, and the runoff election held on April 25, 2023, wherein voters elected Melissa Castro to hold office as City Commissioner, Group 4, for a term of 4 years, said term to begin at noon on the 3rd day after the election until noon on the 3rd day after the general biennial election scheduled for April 13, 2027.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Commissioner Kaysen,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mena,
Yes.
Commissioner Menendez,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Mayor Lago.
Yes, thank you.
A3 is a resolution of the City Commission officially accepting the City Clerk's certification and declaration of the result of the City of Coral Gables election, which was held on April 11, 2023, wherein voters elected Ariel Fernandez to hold office as City Commissioner, Group 5, for a term of 4 years, said term to begin at noon on the 3rd day after the election until noon on the 3rd day after the general biennial election scheduled for April 13, 2027.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll second.
Vice Mayor Mena,
Yes.
Commissioner Menendez,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Kaysen,
Yes.
Mayor Lago.
Yes, thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. Mr. Clerk, moving on to the canvassing board members. So we have a small gesture of appreciation for the members who have so graciously given up a lot of their time to be with us. I'd like to, if we could, honor the Honorable Cristina Rivera Correa, who's with us today, and also the Honorable Carlos Guzman, who's here with us today. So we could take a brief photo. I'd appreciate we give you something here. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, Judge Carlos Gomez also
Yes.
participated in the canvassing board. He was not able to make it with us today, but he was integral in the part.
Absolutely. Thank you. Let's take a quick photo. Let's take a photo. Let's take a photo. Wait, give us 1 second. All right, I'm gonna go this way. All right. That way you get your good segment out of it. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Anybody else? Do I think this is good? One, two. Congratulations. Thank you. Mr. Clerk, now we move on to the oath of office.
First, we will be swearing in Commissioner Melissa Castro, Commissioner for Group 4. And to administer the oath, we have the Honorable Judge Cristina Rivera Correa.
Who do we have here?
We have here, what is your name, sir?
Sebastian,
Sebastian. How old are you, Sebastian?
5.
Wow, you're a big boy. And what is your job here today? What are you going to help us do?
Hold the Bible, that's it.
It's a very important job. It's a very important job. Can you do that for us? You can hold the Bible? Yes? I think he's going to do a wonderful job. So it is my honor and pleasure to administer the oath of office for Ms. Castro, who won in the runoff election. I congratulate you, and I think I speak on behalf of all the residents of Coral Gables that we look forward to your representation of the residents, and we also thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Please raise your right hand and place your left hand on the Bible. Ready?
Hold the Bible a bit more up, just like that. There you go.
Please repeat after me. I, Melissa Castro,
I, Melissa Castro,
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support, protect, and defend
that I would support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the state of Florida,
the state of Florida,
the charter and all ordinances
the charter and all ordinances
of the city of Coral Gables
of the city of Coral Gables
and Miami-Dade County, Florida,
and Miami-Dade County, Florida,
that I am entitled to hold office under the charter,
that I'm entitled to hold office under the charter,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I would faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of Commissioner
the duties of the
Office of Commissioner
office of Commissioner
of the City of Coral Gables, Florida,
of the city of Coral Gables, Florida,
upon which I am about to enter.
I'm about to enter.
To my colleagues,
to my colleagues,
and to all those I represent and serve,
and to all those I represent and serve.
I pledge fairness,
I pledge fairness,
integrity, and civility
integrity, and civility
in all actions taken
in all actions taken
and all communications made by me
and all communications made by me
as a public servant.
as a public servant.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you.
Mr. Clerk.
Mr. Mayor, for Commissioner Group 5, Commissioner Ariel Fernandez, and to administer the oath of office will be the Honorable Judge Lodi Jean.
Morning.
And good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I think everyone here by now has heard that you won, I guess against all odds, that it was a true grassroots movement. I even read somewhere that you were your own campaign manager. That you knocked on, what, 3,000 plus doors?
I did.
Had some helpers, some shorter than others. I hear also William, Tori, and Allie, nieces and nephews,
That's
helped
right.
you. Their mother, Annette, your sister-in-law, your in-laws, Zizi and Eddie, who I think are here. Your parents, Maria and Manny, I think they're here too. And of course, Annette, your wife, and Stephen, your son. I'm sorry,
Monica. It's okay. We're interchangeable. We're identical twins, so that's okay.
But I think, Commissioner Fernandez, I think you'll agree with me that a true measure of a man's success is his family. And while this was a goal and dream of yours, that's how you measure your success, not only from the love of your family, their support, and their prayers. Thank you for serving. Thank you to them that are sharing you with the rest of the public.
Thank you.
And thank you for asking me for administering this oath. So
Thank you.
you can raise your right hand.
It's here?
Oh, yes.
No, it's my right hand.
You can do it too.
But you can look.
You can
look
do it
that way.
too. You can do it too.
You want to raise your right hand?
No, do it.
A
No.
little bit?
There you
No,
go.
there you
Why
go.
not? I, Ariel Fernandez,
I, Ariel Fernandez,
do solemnly swear that I will support,
do solemnly swear that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the United States of America,
of the state of Florida,
of the state of Florida,
of the charter and all ordinances of the city of Coral Gables,
the charter and ordinances of the city of Coral Gables,
and of Miami-Dade County, Florida,
and of Miami-Dade County, Florida,
that I am entitled to hold office under the charter,
that I am entitled to hold office under the charter,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of Commissioner
of the office of Commissioner
of the city of Coral Gables,
of the
Florida,
city of Coral Gables, Florida,
upon which I am now about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
To my colleagues,
To my colleagues
and to all those I represent and serve,
and to all those I represent and serve,
I pledge fairness,
I pledge fairness,
integrity,
integrity,
and civility
and civility
in all actions
in all actions
taken by me
taken by me
and all communications
and all communications
made by me
made by me
as a public servant.
as a public servant.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
And for Group 1, the office of Mayor, Mayor Vince Lago, of the Honorable Judge Carlos Guzman.
I think we lost power. Scary. Now that I know.
Ready?
Hello.
So good afternoon, everyone. I am not as eloquent as Judges Correa and Eugene, but I will give it my best shot. As I mentioned to Christina and Billy, for us, it really is a privilege and an honor to just be part of the election process, but a small part. And obviously, the election system has been around for quite a while, and it's gone through its evolution and its enactments and its amendments, but as we sit here today, still, it's about the people, right? And that process, we have a small part in terms of making sure that it's done correctly, it's done ethically, and whatever happens, happens. So to that end, Mayor Lago is a man who's a true public servant. He's been a commissioner, now he's been a mayor, and in the 10 years that he has served the city, of which I've been a resident far longer than that, it gives me great pride to be, again, just a small part of these sort of festivities. And so I wish him all the best. He is a man of faith, he's a man of character. He obviously spends a lot of time here, as I'm sure you all know, and if you don't, I'm here to tell you that he spends a lot of time meeting with residents, trying to do the business of the city, sometimes at the sacrifice of spending time with his family. And I think that's something that, for all of us who are public servants, sometimes doesn't go noticed or underappreciated. And so I'm here on behalf of all the public servants who are out there, whether it's keeping our streets safe or maintaining public safety, or responding to 911 calls, or serving in the executive branch of government. I thank you for the opportunity to be here today, and it's a privilege and an honor. And so with that, Mayor Lago, please raise your right hand. I, Vince Lago,
I, Vince Lago,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect,
protect,
defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and laws
and laws
of the United States
of the United States
of America,
of America,
the state of Florida,
State of Florida,
the Charter and all ordinances
the Charter and all ordinances
of the City of Coral Gables
of the City of Coral Gables
and Miami-Dade County, Florida,
and Miami-Dade County, Florida,
that I am entitled to hold office
that I am entitled to hold office
under Charter,
under Charter,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Mayor of the City of Coral Gables, Florida,
of Mayor of the City of Coral Gables, Florida,
upon which
upon which
I am about to enter.
I am about to enter.
To my colleagues
To my colleagues,
and to all those I represent and serve,
to all those that I represent and serve,
I pledge
I pledge
fairness,
fairness,
integrity,
integrity,
and civility
and civility
in all actions taken
in all actions taken
and all communications
and all communications
made by me
made by me
as a public servant,
as a public servant,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Sure. Before we move on to our newly elected officials, I'd like for our vice mayor and I refer to him as Mayor Kaysen, I will always refer to him as Mayor Kaysen, to say some parting words. Vice Mayor?
Sure. Today's an exciting day as we commemorate yet another induction ceremony in the city of Coral Gables. I wrote down some words. On March 28th, I had the privilege and honor of attending my final city commission meeting, at which time I delivered my closing remarks, and I gave thanks to so many people who have supported me over the years. I was extremely grateful for the really special send-off that I received, and I really thank everybody who participated in it. So I already had the opportunity to do that, and therefore I'm not going to be doing that today, because today we're not here to talk about me or who is really outgoing, but rather to really celebrate the new commission that's being installed. It's really your day today. Mayor Lago, of course, who's been reelected. You know, you've served the city for so many years now, and I'm excited to see what you're going to do as we proceed, as well as commissioners Melissa Castro and Ariel Fernandez. This is always a special day. I say that because, you know, political campaigns can be divisive. We've seen that throughout the country. We've seen that throughout history. And while there's a lot that we can agree to disagree on, I don't think today, at least for me, is really about that. I think today is about what I think we can all agree on. And I think what we can all agree on is that we're really blessed to live in a place that celebrates democracy, where we can have a day like today, where at the end of a long and hard-fought election, a lot of hard work on behalf of so many people and family members, people that sacrifice time, treasure, and whatnot, we come together and we move forward. And that's what we're here to do today. I remember fondly when I was first elected, that was really the thing that dawned on me as I sat here for the first time was, you know, that how blessed I was to have been a part of that process. For me, it created a very strong emotion to have my grandmothers here. And I had them here on this day for myself several years ago. And it did that because I knew that I was blessed to be here and to be in this position because of their sacrifice and the opportunity to live in this amazing country. And so, you know, I think as we sit here today, you know, I want to wish all of you, really all of you, the best as you embark on these next 2 years as a city commission together. Again, agree or disagree, you all represent me and my family. You all represent each other's families. You all represent, you know, not only the thousands of people who came out and voted for you all, but you represent, you know, the other 45,000 people who didn't vote, because, you know, they're residents of the city of Coral Gables as well, and it's important that you never lose sight of that. As someone who wants the best for our city always, because I live here, because my children are growing up here, I'll be rooting for all of you to make wise decisions that benefit all of us. Trust yourself, be honest with yourself, do your best. We're all counting on you. To my colleagues with whom I had the privilege and honor to serve, thank you. All those residents who supported me over the years, provided counsel to staff, and really just everybody. You know who you are. And again, we had a very long farewell on March 28th, so I won't belabor it today. But it's really been the privilege and honor of my life to serve as your vice mayor. And finally, just to my wife, to my family, for all the support over the years. As the judge mentioned, it is a big sacrifice. It does take away time, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to spending a lot more time with them and really getting to sit back and see the wonderful things that all of you are going to do together over the years to come. So thank you for your service. I'm grateful for all of you, and I appreciate everything you've all done for me. Thank you.
Vice Mayor, like you said, we had a pretty significant going away event. So I'm going to keep it very brief. I've been very judicious over the last 2 years in handing out this recognition. This recognition is probably the fourth one that I hang out in 2 years, because this is the highest honor that any individual in the city of Coral Gables can receive. You have not only been an incredible friend, but you've been an incredible leader. You have done things with dignity and with grace, even in disagreement. You're a person that this city has counted on, and you have delivered. And I'm proud to not only have served with you, but I'm proud to call you a brother. So on behalf of the mayor's office, the city of Coral Gables, all the incredible staff, the city manager, the city attorney, the city clerk, all the police, all the firefighters, all my colleagues in the commission, all the employees, every single person who goes out there every single day, and when I see you on the street without even being recognized, you're shaking hands with employees, and you're making sure you tell them that you're grateful for their hard work. This is a simple gesture, the keys to the city, so you can cherish this and know that we were blessed to have you here for 6 years. Thank you, and God bless you, my brother. Thank you.
Mayor, one more. One more. Thank you.
I'll be short. I want to basically say that I'm really proud and honored to have been chosen to sit here for the last 4 months and to have had the 6 years to be your mayor. I've spent almost 50 years of my life as a public servant, probably the only former ambassador that's ever been a mayor. It's been a wonderful experience. I chose this city because I did a lot of research. I could have lived anywhere in the world. And for me, Coral Gables was the ideal place to live. I think it's a wonderful city. I think the residents are terrific. I think it's a city that's got so much going for it. And we really don't have the kind of problems that the other cities have. I think we're really privileged. When you look at the totality of Coral Gables, we don't have any of the really serious problems that you see when you look around. So it's a wonderful place to live in. I think the commissions that have come before me and this current commission have done a terrific job. And I think those of you that have been elected will soon understand just how difficult it is to sit up here, the things you have to go through, but also that we have a wonderful staff that does a terrific job. People up here are honest. They have a lot of integrity. They try to make the best decisions. People won't always agree with us, but people do their best. And I also want to congratulate all of those that ran. One thing that's always struck me is how few people in a city of 52,000 people want to step up and run for office. So I really congratulate those that have done that. Whether you win or lose, you're showing that you want to serve the city, that you want to represent the residents, and that you care about the community. So I think that's something we should never forget, that we want to encourage young people particularly to get out there and run for office. And so for those of you that won, congratulations. You've got a lot of hard work ahead. I hope you are very successful, and I wish this commission and the city all the best moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Like I mentioned before with the Vice Mayor, this is one of the highest privileges that I can give you.
Thank you.
To thank you, to have sat here with you when you accepted the call from the commission, from the city to come back to help us in a moment where we needed you for a short time period. So I want to thank you with the keys to the city. Thank you for your continued commitment to the city beautiful. Thank you for your family. This is not only for you, this is for your wife. This is for, she's so engaged in so many different things in the city, your family members. While you're not in public office, you're still very engaged throughout the city, and we're blessed to have that. So thank you. God bless you, and please, I hope you enjoy this. Thank you, sir. Now it gives me great privilege to invite our two newest colleagues to please join us and say farewell for now. All right. To the Vice Mayor and to the Mayor, thank you for your service, gentlemen. It's been a privilege. Yes, sir. Commissioner Castro.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Well deserved.
The same.
Now I welcome you to please give your opening comments.
Ooh. Dear family, friends, and residents of Coral Gables, I stand before you today as a newly elected commissioner of our beloved City Beautiful, and I want to start by thanking each and every one of you that put your faith behind me and spent endless hours volunteering. With only 2 weeks in the runoff and 10% of what my opponent raised, our community was able to come together and get me elected. And for that, I would be forever thankful. I cannot only imagine what we could do in the next 4 years, but above all, I want to thank God who has guided me through this whole process and has never left my side. I am beyond humbled that you placed your trust in me to lead our community forward. As your commissioner, I pledge to serve with honesty, integrity, and transparency. I will work tirelessly to ensure that the city remains a city of the residents and that it remains safe, beautiful, and a prosperous place to live and raise our children. I will listen to your concerns, seek out your input, and make decisions that are in the best interest of our residents and community. I will work with my fellow commissioners, city officials, and community leaders to ensure the best quality of life. In closing, I want to thank you again for your support, for your vote, and your faith in me. I am honored to serve as your commissioner, and I look forward to representing you and being your voice. Thank you.
Thank you. Well said. Well said, Commissioner.
Thank you.
And if I may, just a personal point of privilege, I forgot to mention Eric Diaz-Padrón, the mayor of West Miami, is here with us. Thank you for joining us, Mayor. I appreciate you. And I apologize for missing you. Now, it's my privilege to hear, for all of us to hear from our newly elected Commissioner, Ariel Fernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My fellow residents, distinguished guests, friends, and family, it is an honor and a privilege to sit in this room today as a voice for residents. I am humbled by the great responsibility you, the residents of our City Beautiful, have placed upon me to advocate on your behalf and ensure a residents-first government in our Coral Gables. The road here was one with many twists and turns. I could not have done it without the love and support of my beautiful wife, Monica, and my best friend and son, Stephen. He was my campaign sidekick. This past Tuesday, as we drove past the Coral Gables Country Club, he sees Commissioner Castro's and Yvette Odoski's campaign volunteers holding up signs, and he says, "Dad, they have it all wrong. They need to go knock on doors." So, wise beyond his years, I love you both and thank you for your support. There have been countless residents, friends, and family members who took time to help during my campaign. I could not name them all because we'll be here until the bicentennial of Coral Gables. You all know who you are and what it has meant to me to have you on my team during this journey. Thank you. As I embark on this journey, I want to make some commitments to all of you. First and foremost, to our residents. I pledge to always be accessible and to work on the priorities you have entrusted me to address. Stopping overdevelopment by strictly enforcing our zoning code, streamlining our permitting process, improving safety, fixing our broken sidewalks, increasing our fiscal responsibility, and stopping the construction of the mobility hub. To our city staff, I pledge to roll up my sleeves and work with you to advance the goals of residents. My sole requests from you are honesty, hard work, and respect and commitment to residents. To my colleagues, I pledge my respect and commitment to work together on behalf of residents. Our goal must be a simple one: to attain what Abraham Lincoln so eloquently defined, a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Residents must always be first. With that in mind, Commissioner Castro and I would like to invite our colleagues and all residents to our first town hall meeting, which will take place on Monday, May 8th at 6 p.m. at the community meeting room of the Coral Gables Police and Fire Headquarters. This will be an opportunity for us as a commission to hear from residents and for residents to have their questions answered by our city's administration. I'm excited for the future of our city, and I look forward to working together as a community to keep Coral Gables beautiful. Let's get to work.
Thank you, Commissioner. Well said. Well said. So I'm truly honored and immensely humbled to be standing before you this afternoon to continue to represent the voices within our community as mayor for a second term without opposition. I am blessed and humbled to represent the city of Coral Gables, a place I consider to be one of the greatest cities in the world. Today is a very special day. As we stand here together and we are embraced by our family and friends, it is important to recognize the responsibility that's being bestowed on us. Today we take an oath to faithfully serve the city and its residents. The power that has been given to us to govern is a privilege. We are fortunate to be a great city, but that greatness does not magically happen. It is because of the efforts of good leadership, great employees, the best employees, and a visionary thinking that has made us a destination city and has allowed us to thrive on all fronts. Complacency breeds lackluster outcomes. As mayor, I give you my word that I will continue to push our city to great frontiers and never accept complacency to find a home in our community. When someone is asked to define public service, it is usually defined as service provided by the government to the people in a specific jurisdiction. In my experience, public service is so much more than that. For me, public service is about having a mission and evoking real-life change. It is about putting people first. It is about serving my country. It is about sacrificing things that mean so much to me, like spending quality time with my two beautiful girls who are here today, who, when I embarked on this mission 10 years ago, my daughter was 1 year old. Like spending quality time with my girls who mean the world to me, there is no other sacrifice that is larger. During my first term as mayor, I'm proud to share that a lot of major milestones have been accomplished. Let's begin with the fulfillment of the mayor's strategic plan, drafted with prioritizing integrity and transparency. It is the first time in Coral Gables history that a strategic plan has been launched by the mayor's office. With the leadership of the mayor's Citizens Advisory Council, we have been able to track the progress and accomplishments through these priorities that we have established together. Transparency and common engagement have been a huge priority for my office. We take great pride in listening to residents' concerns and opportunities for citizen engagement. One of the signature events that we host is my Open Door Fridays, Open Door office hours, which takes place at City Hall every Friday, where everyone looking to speak to me is welcome to stop by without an appointment. No appointment is necessary. It happens every Friday at 2 o'clock. and it runs until it runs. This week we had 48 residents show up, and we address your issues. You get to meet with the mayor. There is no other city where you get to meet with the mayor front and center and address every single one of your issues. That's not a gimmick that I started this year to get reelected. That started 8 years ago. I've been routinely asked, why do you host office hours on Fridays of all days? My response is very simple. Why not? There is no right day for office hours. Each time we host them, it's impressive, the turnout. And sometimes ends around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening because there is no one-size-fits-all issue that we deal with. We help people from employees to residents who have issues as easy as a tree permit to as complex as requiring oversight from several entities, like from our county commissioner who is here with us today. Sometimes we even hear about the best ideas we can execute, like the inspiration for a highly coveted mobile permit program, which came to me from an ex-employee who brought it to us and we implemented, and now we have over 300 cases a year where we service residents, either disabled, single, elderly, war veterans. We do this at their home and we ensure that we streamline the process. We also host biannual town hall meetings. We've been doing it since I got elected. Everyone is welcome and everyone speaks. Sometimes we have 50 people, sometimes we have 300. We give updates and we try to do our best to ensure that we find middle road. Our next one is occurring in May. I welcome everyone to come. Please join us. We'll have beverages, we'll have some light bites, and most importantly, we'll have answers to your questions. We send out our monthly newsletter and prioritize transparency in all our efforts. We have focused many of our priorities on enhancing residents' quality of life. Since 2018, when I introduced an ordinance that set aside money for park acquisitions, we have grown our parks to 260 acres and are well on our way to meeting our goal of a park or open space within 10-minute walking distance in anywhere in our city. To renovating our parks, which the Vice Mayor has played a massive hand in and deserves all the credit for that. That is our legacy. That is who we are as elected officials. We also have integrated 2 new neighborhood parks, Majority Park and Lamar Louis Curry Park, along with our newly renovated Pierce Park. My future long-term vision over the next 2 years is to have approximately 10 parks in the downtown area. That is what will define our city as a world-class city, and we're working on that right now. We have also begun operating historic Coral Gables Golf and Country Club, and to improve the safety of our streets, we have installed traffic calming devices, replaced more than 2.5 miles of sidewalks and pedestrian ramps, milled and resurfaced nearly 4 miles of roadways. To beautify our city, we have planted over 60 trees to increase our tree canopy. Every world-class city provides viable forms of transportation. We have expanded our proper trolley service to include Saturday service and expanded our freebie service to connect to the Metro Rail station. This was accomplished through service of the TPO, and we were able to get it done at no cost to the city for the first 2 years. Service on Saturdays has been a boom, and we're looking hopefully to expand the trolley and expand it to Sundays. One of my efforts this term is to explore other viable transportation options. Join me on office on Open Door Fridays. I'd love to hear if you have an idea. I'd love to hear if we can do something better. We've been doing it for 8 years. This is not a new gimmick, and we'll continue to do it every single Friday. We have funded the Coral Gables segment of the Underline Project, a pedestrian walkway that will enhance the quality of life of all our residents. I worked on that with the Vice Mayor and with my colleagues on this commission for 7 years. Fully funded, no taxpayer dollars. Only impact fees were used within 1,000 feet of the Underline. That will be delivered as a gift that will bear major fruit for the city of Coral Gables. That construction is expected to start this year. Also, we're officially moving forward with undergrounding our underground power lines with FPNL. That was a project that this commission, with the leadership of the Vice Mayor, my colleagues in the commission, and past commissioners, have worked on for 5 years. We are one of the first cities in the state of Florida to get this done. The project has already started 1.5 months ago when we broke ground. This is a huge endeavor that has been discussed for decades. And now for the first time, it's being executed. 70% of the city will be undergrounded over the next 10 to 15 years at no cost to the residents. As mayor, I understand that it's critically important to invest in our local business community. The Central Business District is vitally important as it provides 27% of our ad valorem taxes. We're really focusing on driving business into our downtown through community events by the way of our Economic Development Department. In 2022, more than 5.7 million pedestrians visited Miracle Mile, marking a 62% increase from 2021. Our downtown is alive, it's thriving. Try to find an open bay in our downtown. Miracle Mile is not what it was 5 years ago, and neither is Giralda. It is a bustling downtown, and it is at the heart of what makes our city successful. Remember that number. 27% of our tax base comes from the downtown. Over the last 2 years, the city has worked on numerous partnerships with consulates and foreign offices to bring high-quality cultural events to our downtown, such as Day of the Dead and La Gran Parada, among others. Events like these not only drive business in the downtown, but are geared to celebrate different cultures and educate our community on a variety of cultural traditions. It is also important to ensure that we not only have a clean and beautiful city, but also a clean downtown. This has led us to embark on the Downtown Beautification Project, hosting multiple clean events to drive awareness on the importance of keeping our city beautiful. I have spent thousands of dollars of my own money, and I put that up every single month. This month, I'm giving a $500 donation from my family to ensure that we have prize monies for people to go out there and beautify our city. The commission has also supported my legislation to require property owners to maintain and pressure clean their sidewalks. Anyone that goes to our downtown will see sidewalks that are clean, facades that are clean, new landscaping. We've fixed and we've pruned trees. Getting rid of stickers on the back of signs, making sure that our city is a world-class city and that our downtown is beautiful and presentable to people who are coming and considering making an investment in our downtown. And like I mentioned before, 27% of our downtown represents 27% of our taxes come from our downtown. So that affords us the privilege to have the second lowest millage rate for a full-service city in Miami-Dade County. If it wasn't for our downtown and the investment we've made in our downtown, we would be paying significantly more taxes. And I have given my commitment over the last 10 years, and I will continue to give my commitment that I will not raise taxes in this community. While all the projects we're working on are important, we continue to remain vigilant on our finances. We are proud that our administration has maintained a fiscal approach which is recognized by our AAA bond rating that we have received from leading credit ratings agencies such as S&P, Moody's, and Fitch. We have maintained the second lowest millage rate, like I mentioned, in Miami-Dade County for well over a decade. With regard to customer service, we have launched an all-new state-of-the-art website with improved capabilities. In addition, we have opened our brand new development services building, which serves as a one-stop shop for all our permitting, code enforcement services, along with streamlining permitting services with electronic permitting. Currently, right now, if you go downstairs, across the street to 427, you will wait 3 minutes at the counter. That is unheard of. Person will wait 3 minutes at the counter to be addressed by an employee. That is unheard of, especially from a person who deals with 34 municipalities, because that is my industry. I'm in the construction and design industry. We have worked diligently through the leadership of Surami Cabrera and our manager to ensure that we, in the last 2 years, not only renovated a building, we also went from paper to digital plans processing, and we've completely trained all our staff over the last 6 months. I promise you, when you go to process a permit, if you don't use our mobile opportunity, you will experience something like you've never seen before. It is truly a pleasant experience, and it is expedited, and it's something that the residents and business owners in this community well deserve. In the realm of technology, we are grateful to have such a talented IT team. We were named Smart City in 2022, in addition to being the first city in the nation to implement an AI-powered integrated modular smart city pole. We're also one of the first cities in the nation to use a manned drone technology to monitor large crowds and respond to 911 calls before responders are able to arrive. We also use smart lighting and communication infrastructure that incorporate Wi-Fi, 5G, CCTV, traffic, environmental, and safety sensors to improve public safety, mobility, and economic opportunities. Today, we are a much greener city than we've ever been before, with many initiatives underway which have led us in regards to sustainability. We have passed a green building ordinance which requires building to meet LEED Silver or equivalent requirements. We've created legislation that would waive permits for solar panel installation and have the largest EV fleet in the state of Florida. When it comes to public safety, which I think is something incredible and incredibly important to everybody in this community, we continue to have one of the lowest crime rates in Miami-Dade County. We have implemented a pivotal drone technology enhancing the police department ability to protect and respond during emergencies. We have also begun planning to add a new police unit dedicated to patrolling downtown Coral Gables, expanding our police presence. We're also looking forward to Fire Station 4 breaking ground in 2023. And finally, I'm proud to announce that we have received a record high amount of funding in state appropriations in the city's history, $4.5 million. This was made possible through the legislative efforts and frequent visits with state leaders in Tallahassee. And I want to thank my colleagues in the commission for coming with me last year 4 times, this year 4 times, and we've also been to Washington. All that are milestones that we're very proud of. While we have covered so much ground over the last 2 years, there are many other items I plan to unfold over the next 2 years. Presently, I'm working on finalizing our 2023-2025 Mayor Strategic Plan. Once finalized, this plan will be ratified by the commission after their input and their guidance. In this plan, I will outline some of my major goals, which includes building on our open green space and park activations, improving mobility options, and other goals which I plan to accomplish. I could not have accomplished any of these goals or any of these efforts without all our city employees, administration, and support from our colleagues. They are the backbone of this community. They are exemplary. They've worked tirelessly on behalf of the residents and the business community. I want to thank our city manager, our city clerk, our city attorney, our police chief, our fire chief. The work that you do goes unnoticed. We agree or disagree on topics, but your ethical leadership and your unwavering commitment to the city is not only to be complimented, but is to be admired and respected. Thank you. Thank you for all those who have supported me and helped me accomplish my office's success over the last 2 years, including my family and community supporters. I want to thank all of my accomplishments could not have been possible without several key people who have inspired me, like my family, my mom, my dad, and my siblings who are here today. I must also thank my colleagues who I've had the privilege to sit on this dais with, Vice Mayor Mena, Commissioner Menendez, Commissioner Anderson, Commissioner Force, and all those who served on this dais. I would like to thank our city leadership, especially city staff, who I have a high level of respect for. I would especially like to thank my wife and my beautiful girls, Mirencho and Catalin, for their love and support. I have chosen the path of leading the city because it is my hope to make our city a better place, not only for the future of residents, but for the future of my beautiful girls. I also want to thank our incredible staff that our new commissioners are going to be blessed to work with. Lena, Gabby 1, Gabby 2, Chelsea, you guys are incredible. I'm telling you, the work that you put in, the amount of hours in regards to dealing with residents, the calls, the efforts. You have a level of concierge service here in this city that is unheard of and unreplicated throughout Miami-Dade County. It is something that we're blessed, and I can't thank those 4 individuals enough. Thank you so much. Let's work on accomplishing greatness together, because a victory or win for the city is a win for all of us. Let's remember that it is only with shared vision, integrity, and respect that we can take our city to the next level. Together, let's explore what problems unite us instead of belaboring those problems which divide us. In the words of Ronald Reagan, probably my favorite president, by working together, pooling our resources, and building on our strengths, we can accomplish great things. I want to thank all of you for being here. I want to thank our staff. I want to thank my new commissioners. God bless you over the next 4 years. We look forward to your leadership. God bless the city of Coral Gables, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Thank you so much. Moving forward, Mr. Clerk, let us now welcome to sing God Bless America. Welcome back. What a treat. Thank you.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you. Beautiful work. Thank you so much. If I could ask my dear friend from the Shabbat of downtown Coral Gables, Rabbi Stokey, to please join us. It's always a pleasure to have the rabbi here, as our newly elected officials will get to enjoy. He's a fixture here a few times a year, and he's always a class act. Thank you, Rabbi, for joining us and making time in your busy day.
Almighty God, we stand before you in prayer. Bestow your divine blessings upon our newly re-elected mayor, commissioners, and newly elected commissioners. Look favorably upon the mayor and honorable members of the city commission of our great city of Coral Gables. We beseech you, Almighty and merciful God, to extend your grace to each and every member of this august body and bestow upon them the joy of life, good health, and prosperity. Bless these distinguished individuals who have been chosen to make laws and decisions for the citizens of our city. Grant these public servants wisdom and understanding in their noble pursuit of justice and equality. Give them guidance so that they will always be conscious of your presence and will strive to enact laws with honesty and integrity in accordance with your will. May they have the wisdom to turn adversity into opportunity and to transform hard challenges we face today into the seeds from which will sprout the growth of tomorrow. May the Almighty God grant those chosen to serve and protect us all the protection that they may need. As it is stated in Psalm 127, if the Lord will not guard a city, the vigilance of its watchmen is in vain. May our city beautiful serve as a beacon of light for people of all faiths and walks of life. May Coral Gables help achieve the goals so powerfully stated in our Pledge of Allegiance, so that America is truly one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now let us say amen. Thank you.
Amen. And Rabbi, thank you. Send our best to your congregation. God bless you, as always.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 2023-2025 Coral Gables City Commission. I ask you to please join all of us in the courtyard for some refreshments. Mr. Clerk, should we take a quick photo?
Oh, we gotta do the official. Gotta do the selfie.
It's a selfie. Let's do it.
I got a request.
Let's do it. Selfie. Let's go.
Peter, Peter.
Get in here. Vamos.
This will be hanging in the wall somewhere.
Ready?
I got it. Got it? Okay, smile, guys.
Perfect. Let's take a photo up here. Yeah, I think we should.
The distortion at that distance.
Why don't we?
Ariel.
Where do you want it? You want us here? Just here?
Bob.